Evening everyone, how are we all? Hope you're okay. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a very quick run on next week's Daily Race C. We're not going to test Daily Race B or A because we don't really waste our time with them testing them. But yeah, we're going to do a quick practice race on Daily Race C. Grand Valley, probably going to be Group 3 because we had Group 4 this week, so they're not going to do Group 4 again, very unlikely. So probably going to be Group 3. Medium tires are required and you have to make a pit stop. So yeah, there is strategy in there. Don't know how it'll play out. We'll have a little look as we jump in a minute. But yeah, thank you all for coming into the stream. Appreciate you turning up. Thank you for coming in nice and early. I haven't put my elbow. Where's my elbow thing? 1 second, chap. I've got to leave my elbow thing on. It is. I got it. Put that on, or my elbow might start hurting. Yeah, we're going to run a little test on this. Not going to be a very long one, chat, because I've got stuff to do. I need to tidy in. I need to put my new hard drive into the PlayStation. I need to clean it out. And I also need to do some hoovering in the house. So just a very quick stream tonight again. And then tomorrow, we'll be live in the morning, chat, but we might be live 10-15 minutes later than normal because I need to ring the dentist up and see if I can get an emergency appointment for my tooth because, yeah, it's quite sore. So I'm hoping I can get an appointment tomorrow at some point. So I don't know whether we'll be doing a short stream or what. Probably just going to do like 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the evening or something like that. But we'll find out. I'll find out tomorrow when I ring the dentist and see when they can get me in. If they can get me in at like 10, then I might have to delay the stream a bit and just do an evening stream. We'll see, because obviously those that have had toothache will know. I don't know what's going on with this. Those that have had toothache will know. You just want to get it sorted because it's not nice. Right, let me sort this bloody arm out. I don't know what the hell's going on with this. Why is it not? You have to put it in on a weird way, this. Right, that should be it. Not on properly, but it'll do. I've got the lobby ready, by the way, chat. I don't know whether suspension settings are on yet. The giveaway, we'll see. Some of the stuff I've obviously got here for giveaway. Some of the stuff is UK only. For example, the McLaren wheel rim is going to be UK only because it's just a ball ache. We had trouble on the last one we did. I couldn't even give it away because I ended up having to just send money through PayPal to the person that won it because it kept getting returned to me. So I gave up on that one. So we're going to do UK only for that one. And there's a couple of, I think the one the Kinetic's going to do is UK only. For the one that you want to sort out, Susie, we'll have to see how we do that. I don't know. I presume you can deliver it to anywhere in Europe. I don't really know how it works. We'll have to see, like, if how we go about it. Not too sure, but we'll figure something out for that one. But yeah, that'll be next week, chat. We're going to do some giveaways. It might not be every day. The CSL that we're going to be giving away, we've got a CSL direct drive wheel. Kinetic's giving it away. Second hand, obviously. It's been used, but it's in good condition. Probably do that on an iRacing stream rather than a GT stream because it makes more sense. But yeah, that'll be next week. We'll try and sort stuff out. Yeah, I don't know how we'll do. I can do UK, obviously, if it's like I can like that. But if it's like America, I don't know how we go about doing it. I have no idea. I'm not too sure, Susie. I haven't got a clue. We'll have to try and figure something out, but we will see. We will see. Right, I've got the lobby ready, chat. Feel free to jump in. It's going to be a very quick one because I've got loads to do tonight. Yeah. Oh, stressed out. Let's get on and let's see if we can just get a rough idea of the strategy. So feel free to jump in, chat. I think, yeah, I'm not sure. Does anyone know the does anyone know what the oh god, my tooth. Does anyone know what the suspension settings are, if they're on or off? I presume they're going to be on, but we just don't know what's on. So I'll probably just run default and then whatever's on tomorrow we'll work out from there. But yeah, I've got default settings on from now. Yeah, I mean, what like obviously we'll have to just ask like someone if you wanted to, if it's someone in America, you could obviously transfer what X amount to like one of the mods that are from America, and they could order it from like Mr. Casual could do it or someone like that. If you like obviously give him the thing and then he can do it. So someone like that would probably be able to do it, or even Ray or some. I don't know. Just have to see. But I'm sure I'm sure we'll be able to sort something out. You right, Jimmy? Right. You right, Ben? Right. I'm trying to think of a car, because if you have to make a pit stop, it's probably going to be the Supra or the what's the other? The GTR will be good. Supra will be good. Genesis will be good. McLaren will be okay, but it all depends on suspension settings. If suspension settings are allowed, the Genesis and the Supra will probably be a bit quicker than the McLaren. Also, the fact that you don't have to worry about tyres, I think, is going to make the McLaren very, very strong on this. We'll see. I'm probably going to test. I think we'll be best testing something like the Supra or the... I'm trying to think what to test there. Yeah, with a setup, this GTR will feel good, but I don't know what setup options are going to be allowed tomorrow. The Genesis will probably be very, very strong, because kind of suits the track, the Genesis, apart from the top end on that straight, where it might fade a little bit. But let's have a little look and see. We got... I do think it's going to be the Supra or the... McLaren's going to be good. McLaren, Supra, and GTR. BMW, I don't really know too much about here. I think it kills the tyres a bit. But Genesis. Right, let's... I have a feeling that the Supra is going to end up being the car, but I'm just going to run the McLaren because I prefer the McLaren. So we're just going to give it a go in the McLaren, see what it feels like. And then, yeah. If we have to use the Supra tomorrow, we can change over to that, can't we? There's no settings. I've not got setup options on, so it won't. So obviously qualifying settings are on now, so I haven't got setup options on, so yeah, I'm testing this with default setup because I don't actually know what's going to be on tomorrow, because PD change it every week, like what's available, so it's just not really worth testing out setup options. No, I mean, with setup, the 4GT might be good. With setup options, the 4GT might be alright. But yeah, it all depends on what's in there for setup options, really. But this middle sector will not suit the 4GT, though, I don't think. You're right, Consta. How are you, mate? Gotta get back used to this. We had a race here not long ago, so at least with the McLaren, I should be fairly used to it because we drove this recently. We had a manufacturer's race. We got P2, didn't we? Ooh. Mazda could be another option as well. Mazda should be pretty strong here. I think it'll be an alright week. I just wish we'd get, like I say, I just wish we'd have some other tracks being used in dailies. It just seems like it's repeated tracks all the time, but I think it'll be a good week for racing. But I just really wish we could have a few different tracks. I don't know what you lot think. I just feel like we're repeating combos all the time when you've got so many other tracks available in the game. How many laps? It'll be 10. It'll be 10 laps. 10 laps group 3 is what I predict anyway. I mean, it would make sense for it to be 10 laps. Because you've got a pit, haven't you? So that'll take it to about an 18 and a half, well, 18, 19 minute race, something like that. Ooh. Yeah, B is Monza. B is Monza. Fine to go flat through there. Oh, I wasn't sure what he was doing there. Missed the apex because I was just being a bit hesitant. Oh. I think we already have a track guide for this on the channel as well, don't we? I'm pretty sure we got a track guide done for this somewhere. I think we have. Oh, hello. That was a bit dodgy. Probably should have went in third gear a little bit earlier than that. Not a very quick lap because medium should be going a lot quicker than that. It's a lift again there. Keep lifting. Ooh. McLaren does feel good here, obviously. We know that because we drove it here, but I still think the Supra and the GTR and that will be quicker. If they allow setups, which they possibly will, then I think they'll be a bit quicker, but in race pace, McLaren should be decent though. It should be pretty strong in race pace. You're right, Todd. Yeah, F1's finally, well, it's over, yeah. Hopefully next year, chat. I really hope we have a better season next year. Not one of the best seasons ever, was it, this year? Definitely one of the most boring seasons, I think, in F1 in a long time. I hope next year is a lot more entertaining, a lot closer. Gonna pick up a bit of dirty air off this car in front. But McLaren does feel nice, chap. Feels very nice to drive here, but we already knew that anyway. Kind of knew it would be nice around here. Again, too hesitant on the throttle. Need to get that timing right. Ooh. Ah. Let's sit up there. I mean, 2021 was a really good season in F1. 2021 was one of the best seasons I've watched in years. But this season was just shite. It was just boring. It was a very boring season this year, but I'm sure... I think it'll be closer next year because, well, All depends how much progress Red Bull have made with their car, because Red Bull pretty much stopped developing their car, didn't they? Red Bull weren't doing any development from like halfway through, so yeah, Red Bull could be in a very strong position as well for next year. We'll have to see. Be interesting. Right, this is a fairly easy track to drive, isn't it? It's not that much. We've done it so much that I feel like within 3 laps, you're pretty much used to it. It's just about optimizing the pace. That's why it's going to be a very short stream tag. I've got loads to do, chat. I've got tidying to do and everything. So I've got stuff to put back in the loft as well. So yeah, got quite a bit to do tonight. So yeah, just a little short one. See what the strategy is like. I think you have to make a pit stop in this, so it's a compulsory pit stop. Medium tires. Should be interesting to see how, like, whether the McLaren has to change tires or not. 10 laps times 6. You might not need to change tires with the McLaren. So you have to do yeah, it is a mandatory pit, Grove. I think there is a mandatory pit in this. I think who was it who told us, chat? I think someone told us there is a required pit in this race. So I'm pretty sure it was it James that told us? It might have been James. He said there is one. So yeah, there will be a mandatory pit, I believe. We'll find out properly, obviously in the morning, but we'll test out a mandatory pit. I'll let everyone know qualifying starting. Quali starting. And then we'll get an idea of what I'll do is I'll just run the tires without changing tires and see if this car can do it. Because if it can do that with reasonably good tires, you're going to save yourself like 3.5 seconds. But it's whether it's worth pitting or not. Could be interesting. Right, let's go to track and get the qualifying starting then. Everyone's on track, so we can do it now. You getting the new F1 game? I can't be bothered, me. I wouldn't play it if I got it, so I'm not wasting my time. Yeah, by the way, Fanatec sale ends, I think. I don't know if it ends tonight at midnight or whether it ends tomorrow day. I don't know. It just says Monday it ends, so it could end. Technically, it might end tonight. I don't know about the Fanatec sale, whether it continues through to tomorrow or not. They might end it after tomorrow, because obviously Cyber Monday. I have no idea, but V3s are fully sold out now, by the way. So if you were looking at the V3s, they are completely sold out. However, they do have the V2s. The V2 pedals are still on there, on offer, so you can grab them if anyone's looking. Well, they did have the V2s. I haven't checked today. They did have the V2s this morning. I presume they've still got them now. I've got no interest in F1 personally. The F1 games, they're not as good. Well, I've tried them, and I just don't like the current handling model on them games. We have to give ourselves a massive gap here, because you know what I'm going to do? We'll do this. We'll just do I'll just go for 1 lap rather than getting held up. Just so I don't get held up. Yeah, I'm on the V2s. That's what I'm on. I use V2 pedals. Tech Tuesday, yeah. They're definitely. I already know the Fanatec sale ends on Monday. I know that for a fact. It says, I've had the email. It says it will end on Monday, so it'll end on Monday at some point. I just don't know what time. I'll just do 1 lap here, because otherwise I'm going to get held up in traffic. So I thought, just give ourselves clean air. You're right, SCS. But yeah, I hope you're all having a good weekend. Back to, we'll see how it goes. Like I say, chat, if tomorrow morning you don't see me go live, it's because I'm getting my tube sorted. I'm going to ring up at, like, they don't open till 9 o'clock in the morning, you see, so I'm going to hold out and try and get an emergency appointment. And if they, like, get me in at 1 o'clock, I can do a morning stream. I'll do a little 3.5 hours in the morning, but I need to get the tube sorted because, especially coming up to Christmas, I don't want to be suffering over Christmas. The only problem is, I have a bad fit. It's definitely the wisdom tooth because I can feel it. The problem is they can't take wisdom teeth out, but she'll have to refer me, and I don't reckon I'll get referred before Christmas, so I'll probably have to just suffer until after Christmas with it. So be a bit of a pain, but I don't know if she can. I don't know if they can do anything in the dentist, like temporary stuff to help it. But I need to just get it actioned as quick as possible, so I'm going to ring them tomorrow morning. Evening, Flash. Right, let's just get a lap in. We're going to brake just after the 300 there. I braked too late. Well, I didn't brake too late, I just didn't brake right. Right, this should be completely flat out if you get it right. You shouldn't need to lift at all. It should just be flat out, nice and easy. Brake on the 400. Let it rotate and power down. Oh, the rear went. The rear's going. This is a tricky corner. Right, use the 100 board on the right there. Brake just before it. Hold the white line. Again, 100 board. Let it coast. Not the worst lap, not the best though. Do little mistakes. That'll do. You drove 70. What are in real life, Evil, or on the game? Was that in real life or on this game, Evil? I say, bloody hell. Some mileage done there. Right, so what I want to test now is, if I start from the front, is 10 laps. How are the tyres? Do you need to change tyres? So I'm going to try not changing them and see how it goes. Real life. Ah, right, Evil. Nice. You're home for the holiday. Nice. Bloody hell. Bet that was an exhausting day, that, Evil. Also, 715 miles in 9 hours. I'm trying to do some maths here on the speed limits. Trying to do some maths on the speed limits there. I have a feeling you might have went over a few speed limits, maybe. just a little bit. Just don't say how much, Evil. Right. Let's see if these tires can not change on this combo. A bit like Fuji. Let's see how it is on this track. I would think it's going to be similar to the Fuji race, but right. Race starting. Pit stop required in race, I believe. Pit stop required in race. The miles per gallon dropped a little bit. I can guess. Yeah, but even at 75 miles an hour, I only know because I know that when I used to drive to, if I ever drove down south to where I was brought up, I remember like it was like 215 miles, and if we ever did it in 3.5 hours, normally well 3 to 3.5 hours, it was normally going decent pace. So yeah, to do what he's done there in 9 hours and thingy, that requires a little bit more than 70 miles an hour, I'd say. Probably more like average of 90 to 100. Well, probably have average of about 90 minimum. It's probably been tanking it on the freeway. Right, let's start this. So it doesn't matter about SRBs and stuff like that. This is just for testing. We don't really care what, as long as they try and drive fair. If they kill people, then they get removed for future. Right. Let's start this race anyway. Right, race time. Pit stop required. Let's go. Let's do it. You right, Reneto? How are you, mate? Right, let's see if the McLaren, how it is on tyres. Now, the Mazda's also very good on tyres. Mazda and McLaren. The Mazda and McLaren are pretty similar on the tyre wear around this track, so... Rensky, thank you for the 6 months of support on the channel, you legend chat. Big thumbs up on the legend out there for Rensky, please, for the 6 months of support. Thank you very much, legend. Alright, let's see what these tyres are going to be like. So, we're going to run -3, I think. Try and get this corner right here. Oh, I've gone too deep there. Hold that line. Went a bit deep again. Not a very good first lap here so far, but try and push a bit on this middle sector. Ooh. Got a little bit out of shape. Got to get it up to that white line. You got to get it more on the white line than that. Oops, there's a wall there. Not the greatest lap ever, but you right, Raccoon? How are we, mate? You right, Jimmy? Ooh. Just keeping an eye on that tyre wear. I don't know. I think we can do it without changing tyres. I don't know. We'll see. Last lap and just dive in without changing. Braking too late for that corner. Braking a fraction too late there. A little bit too late on the brakes there. I should have went into third a little bit earlier maybe. Balls that up a bit. Keep missing my gear shifts. Did it there again. Again, I braked a fraction too late. Got to get that braking point right. I'm losing 2/10 every lap on that corner. That was terrible. That was awful. Alright, let's have a look at them tyres. It looks like the McLaren is going to be close. The tyres are going to be a little bit worn on the rears. I think you can get away with it without changing tyres with this car though. I reckon you can get away with it. Especially if you drive a bit. I mean, I've been driving a bit scuffy, so once you're a bit more used to it, a bit smoother driving, I reckon you'll be okay to not change tyres. Ah, SDS, you legend. Thank you for the dono. Give me a second. Let me just get through here. What kind of excuses for not being Woody? I haven't been on it, to be honest. I haven't had time to jump on it all yet today. So, yeah, I wasn't feeling 100% this morning. in all honesty. So I haven't even been on dirt today at all. That's a good enough excuse for me. Haven't been on it. Sorry, WRC, not dirt. I always keep calling it dirt. Thank you for the dono though, SDS. Appreciate it, legend. Yeah, my tooth is like pretty bad at the moment, so see how it is. I will jump on it though. When I next get a chance, I'll try and beat his lap when I get time. I've had no time to do it today. I had to get the Christmas tree down today, chat, so I was in the loft getting the tree down and all the decorations, because it's the missus's only weekend off she's got now pretty much until Christmas. So well, yeah, until she's off for Christmas, so it's the only spare bit of time she had to do it, so I had to get it down today. Make sure you give SDS a big thumbs up on the legend shout out there, chat. Appreciate your support, legend. I'm going to go lap 9 and just not change tyres. See what happens with it. See what happens to our pace. I'm going to ring. I've got to ring them. They aren't open on the weekend, SDS, so I've got to ring up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and if I can get an appointment tomorrow morning, then I won't stream in the morning. But if I can't get it until the evening or afternoon, I'll do a morning stream, and then I'll go to the dentist after the first stream. We'll see how it is. But I can't ring up until 9 o'clock because they don't open until 9. So yeah, they don't open on weekends, my dentist. And there was no way I was going to a walk-in because I don't fancy sitting there for 5-6 hours on a walk-in clinic. I was like, I'd rather sit at home. But yeah, hopefully get an appointment tomorrow or Tuesday or something like that. See if I can get one on Tuesday at the worst. And then I don't think it'll be sorted though, because like I say, it's a wisdom tooth, and my dentist can't take out wisdom teeth. They have to refer you through the NHS, and I'll have to wait until I get a letter, which could be up to a month away. It can take quite a while. So yeah, I might have to just make do until after Christmas. We'll have to see. I'm hoping that it won't take that long, but I know last time I got referred, it took about 5-6 weeks to get the letter. So yeah, it might be having a bit of pain for a bit. Oh, there is an emergency. I could have gone to a walk-in emergency dentist, but I ain't sitting around. I don't know if you, I don't know what it's like in Netherlands, but in the UK, if you go to anything like a walk-in emergency thing, you'll be sat there for 6-7 hours just waiting. I'm not spending my Sunday doing it. I've got too much to do. I'd rather just keep the pain for the Sunday than sit in a bloody waiting room for 6 hours. Alright, let's... Ugh. Oh, why did I not go to second gear there? Yeah, the McLaren will have no problem doing the no tyre change thing here, chat. No issue at all. A bit deep. Oh, that might be a penalty. Might just gave myself a little half a second there. Right, we'll have to ignore... What we'll have to do is take a second off, because I wanted to compare it with Zach, but that's going to lose me a second, so... He was like 3.8, so we'll class it as him being 2.8, because otherwise it's not going to give me a right answer with that. That's going to lose me about a second, annoyingly. I knew I'd done it when I turned in too early though. I got a, I didn't order one. I got a one from Marks. He's just a chocolate fudge cake, and then I got loads of cupcakes for him as well. I've not had any because obviously my tooth. So I got chocolate fudge cake from Marks and Sparks, and then I got some little Victoria Sandwich cupcakes, and then I got some birthday cakes as well from the co-op, like just cupcake ones. Oh shit. I'm all over the place here. It's not really a good test because I'm driving so bad, but oh well. We only really want to know. I'm not really bothered about pace. I'm more bothered about the tyres. Will they make it? They will. I'm just driving shit. I'm just driving awful. They'll easily make this. Zach will probably gain on me here though because I've driven so bad. But yeah, I've been reading the chat as well. So that penalty loses us about a second, I think. So. Who's eating sweets? I'm not eating sweets. I haven't had anything. I've had nothing. The only thing I've eaten, we went for food last night. I had like chicken and chips in TGI's. The kids loved it. Bloody hell, TGI Fridays. Oh my god. How much have they up? I lost over 2 seconds on that lap chat. So we're going to have to factor that into this strategy because Zach's changed his tyres, but I've lost 2 seconds in one lap there. But the car can still do 47s. So, yeah, I should be 2 seconds further up the road. Yeah, I haven't been TGI Friday for ages. And they've upped their prices massively. I hope there's a mandatory stop, otherwise this race will be a bit boring, in all honesty. I mean, I'm pretty sure James told me there's a mandatory stop on it, so I'm pretty sure there is one. So I need to take probably about 2 seconds off where we're at here. Yeah, I hadn't been in ages, but we went last night. Really nice, I'll tell you what, bloody lovely food there. But like, the little one loved it, so we found somewhere that she'll eat. But yeah, it was really nice, she loved it. So we would have been about 2 seconds further up. We would have been like 6.8. So it looks like not changing tyres saves you a lot of time. But the McLaren's got no issue with not changing tyres, does it? Easy. So the Mazda, McLaren will be fine with no tyre change. Do you not have one with it? They've got one on Cheshire Oaks. I don't know if any of you probably don't even know where it is, but yeah, there's a retail park, Cheshire Oaks, on not far from. It's like 15-minute drive from me. So we went there, and do you know what? It was bloody nice in there. The food was lovely. Like, it was really nice. Nah, it was nice, Naz. Nah, I'm telling you, mate. I would go back there. We would definitely go back there after last night. Woody, trust me, it's nice. Like, we all got like the chicken strips with the fries, and the chicken strips were bloody like they were perfect. They were the nicest chicken strips I've had in ages. The dips were nice, the starters were nice. Like everything we got was really nice, and like, yeah, I literally couldn't. I really couldn't fault it. It's not TGI's is not fast food. TGI's is a restaurant. Yeah, TGI's is not fast food, proper restaurant. But like, it's I mean, bloody hell, the cost of it. I wouldn't be paying as much as I did last night for fast food. But yeah, it was really, really nice. I would go back there 100% again, I tell you. Fancy KFC. To be fair, it was like, I get what you mean, but it was way nicer. I wouldn't. Okay, now KFC's not that much cheaper either. Honestly, Woody, it's not cheap though. Like, the bill last night for 4 of us came to 123, and we obviously give up, like, I rounded it up to 130 so that it's like £7 tip, because we always tip it no matter where we go. So it's like 130 for all 4 of us. But the little one had an Oreo milkshake and Dr. Pepper. I had an apple juice. The missus had Dr. Pepper. The oldest had 2 Dr. Peppers. And they were £4 each, the Dr. Peppers. £4 for a can of Dr. Pepper. Literally a can that they bring out with a glass with ice. £4. I was like, what? Who's been that toilet? Bye. They like Dr. Pepper. I didn't have Dr. Pepper. They didn't have any cherry Coke, so Dr. Pepper it was. 1 second, chat. Let me just turn this off. But yeah, it was really nice in there, the food, and the service was good. But yeah, I'd go back. Oh no, it's honestly, Naz, man, it's really nice in R1. It was lovely. Food was brilliant. Like, I couldn't fault it. In all honesty, like, we'd go back there because the kids loved it and the food was good. For me, if the food's good, service is good, that's all that matters. I don't give a shit about anything else. But obviously the price was quite expensive. But yeah, it's not. We don't go out very often for meals out, so it was a nice treat for the kids. Yeah, TGI Fridays. That's where we went. But it might be different to other places. I don't know. Food was good though. Food was very good. But yeah, not the cheapest. That's the only thing about it. But saying that, we pay like for a bloody KFC when we go. It's like 50 quid just for a bloody KFC nowadays. Like, one of them. No, everything's going up, isn't it? This is Daily Race C. I'm gonna do a lap in the Supra just to see what that's like. But let me just save that replay actually for thumbnail. Let me just try the Supra and see what sort of pace it does. Where are we? I did see it before. I think it's further down, isn't it? Where are you, Supra? There you are. Let's jump in this and just see what sort of pace the Supra does. I'm not going to do a race. I'm just going to try a couple of cars out now, chat. Just get a rough idea of what cars might be reasonable. We know that the Supra is probably going to be good. Well, it's obvious the Supra is going to be good, isn't it? I haven't done setup though, by the way. So yeah, Randy, Grand Valley. There's no time we're on in this session at the moment, though. We know what the time loss is. It's the same as Fuji, Calcer. It's the exact same time loss as Fuji because Group 3 should always have the same time loss when changing tyres. So it'd be like 3.5 seconds, something like that. 3 to 3.5 seconds. Yeah, Group 3 Fuji is what we... Group 3 Grand Valley is what we predict for Daily C. Group 4 Monza for Daily Race B. And I think Daily Race A is probably in a road car of some sort. Yeah, the Mazda will be good, but the Mazda and McLaren are both fairly close around here. Yeah, I'm not doing another race though, Cal, so I've got too much to do today. I've got so much stuff to sort out, so I'm just going to test a couple of cars out, what's competitive. We can find that out tomorrow, really, can't we? Oh, you mean just... Yeah, but the tyre wear's not on, though, Calcer. I don't think tyre wear's on. I'll have a look and see if it'll change tyres, though. I don't know if it'll let you change tyres without tyre wear on. I know what you mean. I might have to put tyre wear on to do that. We might have to just change the settings and see it. We'll do that in a minute, then. We'll put the tyre wear on and then change it. Does it let you change tyres when tyre wear's off, though? I don't know if it lets you. I think it goes straight through the pits, doesn't it? I'm not sure. Let's just get an idea of what this car's like for pace. Ooh. Very snappy then. Stay in third, don't go to second there. Ooh. Super does feel very good here though. Like just jumping in it straight away, it feels nice. I missed the Apex by about 10 years there. It was all over the place. Shit, it wasn't like I was reading the chat. That'll go faster, won't it? We did a 47 flat with McLaren. That was our first lap with this and it wasn't great. Stay in third gear here. Don't go to second. That's probably the better way to do that. Whoa! Okay. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's just go in the pits this lap and just see how long the stop is. Just to compare the... and then we'll do it again without changing tyres and just see what the comparison is. We think so, Mark. Yeah, Group 3 at Grand Valley. We know it's Grand Valley. We just don't know if it's Group 3 or 4, but to be honest, I'm pretty sure it's Group 3. The settings... We had Group 4 this week. It's more than likely gonna be Group 3. The only other combo it could be would be Group 2, but I don't know if they'd use Group 2 here or not. I'm not sure. I mean, Group 2 would be really nice to drive, but it'd be crap for racing. It'd be awful for racing. Right, let's go into the pits now and see. We'll change the tyres for this one, then I'll do it again and I won't change tyres just to see what the time loss is. Should be the same as Fuji. I can't believe it would be any different because I think it's normally just a set amount for Group 3, a set amount for Group 4, and a set amount for like different cars. Yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty difficult to overtake here in Group 2. But let's just change the tyres now and then see what happens. Right, so we're going to go in. Keep an eye on the stop duration. So the stop duration is what we're looking at. 4.7. Okay, so we'll go back in and we won't change tyres this time. We'll just go straight back out. Oh, was it? So yeah, it's 3 seconds then. 3 seconds. It's about the same, isn't it? It's around 3 seconds. So yeah, with the McLaren's tyre wear, I think it'd be better not to change tyres then, because in all honesty, if it wasn't, I plebed it a bit on that, but I reckon you can keep the lap times well into the, like within a couple of attempts of each other, so you're probably not going to lose 3 seconds in 4 or 5 laps, so better to not change tyres again, I reckon, in the McLaren. Basically, it's a different track but Fuji, if you know what I mean. It's going to be the same strategy that you did at Fuji, chat. Some pad drivers might want to change tyres. If you're not very good on tyre wear, you might want to just do it, but it looks like it's just going to go in the pits, don't change tyres, shoot back out again. Yeah, last week was a bit... Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, there was racing to be had last week. There was some good racing to be had, but the combo was a bit shy, wasn't it? Like, I hope that PD start doing better. I want PD to put effort into dailies, because I think that if PD put effort into dailies, more people will play dailies. But if they continue to do these like same combos every week, I think people are going to get bored and move on to other games. Which I'd rather people carried on playing Gran Turismo. So yeah, I hope PD put some effort into these dailies in the future, because they need it. They need more effort. Last week's was lazy daily race. Right, so we're not going to change this time. Let's just see, double check, just to check differences with cars, but I presume it'll be 1.7 or something like that. 1.6, yeah, 1.9. Yeah, so it's exactly the same, chap. It's exactly the same. Right, so we know that... Interesting. We know that it's going to be a no tyre change race from that, I'd say. Mazda Vision will be good round here. The Mazda Vision, McLaren, GTR, Supra. Let's just have a little drive of the Ford GT. Just to, I just don't know with this car. I don't think it'll be particularly great in the middle sector, but we'll give it a go. Just see what it's like. Well, by the way, chat, we're at the 1 hour mark there. We're not going to be doing much longer anyway, because I've got shitloads to do. We're on 124 likes. If you haven't already hit that like button, it's a massive help to me if you take a few seconds to hit the like. Helps me out, helps the channel out. See if we can get it up to 150. Oh, understeer galore there. Let me just let this car through. Okay. Yeah, they probably won't change, but you can dream. Problem is, I think maybe there's not enough people calling them out for the bad daily races. I don't know. Maybe there's not enough people calling it out as it is and speaking the truth about it. I don't really know what other people are saying, but there's no way you can call the selection that they've been doing. I mean, Fuji was alright, but even then, like I say, it was just the same as this, just a compulsory pit stop with no tyre change. It's like a lack of effort they're putting in. I need to give myself a bit of space here. yeah, I think PD could be doing a massive bet, like a lot better than what they're doing with the dailies. This will be a good race, though. I do think it'll be entertaining. I think it'll be quite high ranked as well. I don't know if I'll race from the front or back round there. I don't know. I might go for wins. I have no idea yet. I really don't have a clue. I might go for wins. Might just race from the back. Yeah, it needed at least one more lap, didn't it? This race will be... I think, to be honest, this race might be... I think Fuji's worse on tyre wear than this one. So in all honesty, I think that it's going to be better here for no tyre change than it was at Fuji. I haven't changed the brake bias here, but... just leave it at 0. And a little bit of understeer through there, then it might be a penalty. Just understeer like crazy. Ooh. Yeah. There is a problem that people will be like. I know Super GT though. He's called out the races, so in fair play to Super GT, because Super GT has called out the dailies. He's done that. He made a video about it, didn't he? He called it out a while ago, so he's definitely spoke up and criticised them. We've spoke up and criticised them, but yeah, I don't know about any of the others really. I don't really know whether they've been putting a fair and like honest opinion through. I don't know. I know that Steve did a video a couple of months ago, didn't he? Absolutely like proper criticising the daily races. I'm not into this forward round here. I think I'm probably going to try the McLaren. I might go from the front. I don't know. Might go for wins tomorrow. I'm not too sure yet. Might just set a lap. It depends whether I get the tube sorted as well. I've got numbing gel on at the moment. It does work. Or a gel, whatever it is. Literally numbs the shit out of your tooth. Can't feel much when it's on, so that helps. I comment on every stream, Bahamas, and if I make a video criticising dailies, which I kind of have, I already made a video criticising them not a couple of days ago. I literally said about about last week's race, is there a problem with dailies? And I mentioned about, you know, the combos not being used. I'd done that the other week, but then people say I'm just moaning instead of actually complimenting you for being honest instead of just chatting shit and talking out your arse. But yeah, I mean, it's the way it is. A lot of people agreed with me though. I think the majority of people agree with us about the dailies. I think then you'll always get a couple that say you're moaning, but I don't really care about that. I'd rather be honest with you lot as a fan base. I'd rather be honest with you than sit here and just go for positivity, because that's better for YouTube. I'd rather be honest, and I want Gran Turismo to improve as a game. So I think honesty is what you need to be. You have to be honest with the game. And dailies could be a lot better than what they are now. They could be miles better. I mean, anyone who says they couldn't be, and they're doing a good job with the dailies, I have no words. I just, yeah. I'm not into this car around here. Maybe with a setup though. I mean, obviously we haven't got setups on, but this car just feels not it for me with no setup. It probably needs some changes to make it enjoyable. Trying to see what other cars might work here. I don't know what the M6 will be like on this combo. I think it's reasonable pace, the M6, but I remember the tyre wear not being great on this track for some reason, so that might have a bit of an issue with tyre wear. The GTR should be good, but will suffer with the front tyres, I think. I remember when I drove it here, it was really quick, but the tyre were a little bit dodgy. Supra's going to be good. Don't know what the AMG 20 will be like. I'm not too sure about that. Don't know. I don't really like that car anymore anyway, so I'd juice that. BRZ will probably be a little bit slow on acceleration. Could be good top end though. Genesis will be good. That's just obvious. Genesis is always quick every track, especially when you got setups on. If setups are allowed and that you can change frequency and other stuff, then the Genesis will always be very, very quick. But yeah, Genesis will always be a good car once you can change setup stuff. Even without setup, it's always a top 5 car, isn't it? Because it's just got pure acceleration. Porsche might be alright here, but tyre wear, it will be a little bit worse. The Porsche should be reasonable pace-wise, though. Should have decent pace. Maybe not... they're probably pretty equal for outright pace between the Porsche and the McLaren. Because the Porsche has better acceleration, the McLaren has better 5th gear. But then the McLaren will be better on tyre wear in the race. RCZ, I don't know about that car. Whether let's just check if it understeers here. Let's have a little go, because I know it has issues on some tracks, but it actually might work quite well on this one. Let's have a go and see. It might actually be pretty good. Might be a decent car on this track. That's a good point, actually. The RCZ might be actually really strong here, you know? Yeah, I was going to say, the RCZ might be actually really strong, because it's got quite good top... It's got reasonable top end, this car. I think some of them are legit at the front though, to be fair, Woody. I think some of them are fairly legit. Yeah, the one good thing about this week will be it's going to be fairly popular. So I think, oh shit. So I think it should have some pretty high-ranked drivers. The only problem is though, chat, actually, a lot of the top drivers won't be doing this for one simple reason. They ain't going to be doing dailies. They're going to be practicing for the World Finals now because that's more important to them. So yeah, I doubt it'll be super competitive because the likes of Josetti and all them, they're going to be practicing for their World Finals now. They're probably not going to be doing many dailies this coming week. We'll have to see what we do tomorrow, whether we go for wins or maybe do a race from the back and then see how I feel. Might go for wins, don't know yet. Or go for podiums, maybe not wins. Let's just see what this RCZ is like. Just keeping an eye on the speed on this straight because it's a little bit slower than the McLaren because of 5th gear. But the acceleration will definitely be better than the McLaren in this. Oh, it's really nice through there. That's really nice through there, actually. Ooh, a little snap. A little bit scruffy. Feels alright though. Got to get used to the way it drives, but it feels pretty good here, this RCZ. Doesn't get that stupid understeer that you get at Spa, which is good. So another car is probably going to be usable here. I could definitely get used to this. This actually might be quicker than the McLaren in terms of pure pace. Might actually be quicker. Oh, ran wide. You donkey. That'll be a penalty. This has got good potential here, chat, the RCZ. I think this will be quicker than the McLaren over a lap. Right, let's go again. Really nice on the brakes there. Really nice. Rotates perfect. That's really good traction. That was terrible, but we'll carry on. Don't know what I'm doing then. Braking too early. The brakes are really strong on this car. Shit, you can brake so late with this. It's not a very good lap, but I can tell you straight away that this car is competitive. That's another car that you'll definitely be able to use tomorrow. I just don't know what the tyres will be like on it. I think it will struggle to do the no tyre change compared to the McLaren, but it might be worth a shot, considering that was a bad lap. Got a bit of understeer there. A little bit slow on the first sector, I think. And still faster with them mistakes. There it just seems to get a bit weird, and on like stability's not fully there on that corner. Callan, you legend. I know, man. I know. Same track, new week. I know. But like I say, I keep calling it out. All I can do is keep mentioning it, that they need to use more variety. It'll still be a good week in terms of like the racing. It'll still be pretty solid, but I'm with you, Callan, man. I'm 100% with you that they need to start using other tracks on the game. Like, it's just always the same, isn't it? And yeah, I agree with you, mate, but will they listen? Probably not. Thank you for the dono, Callan, you legend. Make sure we give Callan a big thumbs up on Legend Chat there for the incredible support he gives on the channel. Thank you so much, Callan. Appreciate it, mate. And yeah, I agree. But it will be a good combo for racing. It will be a good combo for racing, I think. It feels alright. Maluka, you legend. Thank you very much for the 4 months, legend. I'm green, yabba dabba doo. I don't know why. I was gonna start singing I'm blue. Thank you very much, Malaruka. Spam that legend mode for Malaruka as well. Another legend right there. Appreciate it, Malaruka. I think that's bullshit though, someone. How long do they need to adjust cars? Like, there's no excuse for it. I'm sorry. I have to be brutally honest, but there's no excuse for that. Like, you can't use the excuse that they're... It was the same on GT Sport. They use the same tracks all the time. You can't say, oh, we're using the same tracks for 5 years because we're just adjusting cars. Do that in private. Don't use us for it. Do it in private. Give the people that are playing dailies variety. You need other tracks to be used. I think that's a bad excuse, to be honest. I just feel like they've already had 18 months, no, more than that now. It's nearly 20 months of the game being out. They need to just start having variety. Like, you can't just be saying, oh, I don't think it even is that. I think what the reason is for the dailies being repeated is I think they have like a set schedule of races, like tracks that can be used. And I think something randomly puts the settings together. I don't think someone there actually picks the tire wear and the fuel, in my opinion. I don't think anyone at PD picks it. I think it's just like an automatic system that just goes randomly. Times 3 times whatever. Times 1 times 1. I don't think there's any sort of, like... I think they'll have like an algorithm where if it's times 1 tire, there'll be like a compulsory pit stop on it with, like, you know, you either change or you don't. If it's high tire wear, sorry, if it's high fuel, they won't put a compulsory pit stop on because it's like an algorithm. I don't think there's any thought process that goes into it. I think it's just like an algorithm on a computer that picks them or something, because there's no way that someone could be picking these dailies week in and week out, because otherwise you'd have other tracks like Tokyo, Blue Moon Bay Infield. There's loads of tracks like St. Croix. There's loads of tracks they could be using and they're never appearing. Yeah, that's what I think, SDS. But how do they know what's a popular combo if they're not willing to try some of the combos? Like, to me, it's weird because Tokyo on GT Sport was always used. I don't know how many of you in the chat played GT Sport, but Tokyo was quite a popular combo. When it was on, it was stacked, and it was probably used, I don't know, every 3 to 4 months. It was always used, Tokyo. There was always a race on at Tokyo in Group 4, Group 3. We haven't had one on this game yet, apart from GT World Series. It's the only time we've ever had it. So yeah, I don't know why they aren't trying stuff out like that. Sophia AI, Sophia AI, whatever it is. Yeah, I remember they had 2 dynamic weather races in about 5 weeks, didn't we? And then they just stopped doing them again. We did have a dynamic weather race about when was it? A month ago, but then the game broke. We had dynamic weather, but the game broke, so we didn't really get to do that race. It was a little bit gutting, that, to be honest. Like, they introduced dynamic weather, and then the whole game was broken for about... we had dynamic weather on the Monday and the Tuesday and the Wednesday, and then Thursday it broke. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we couldn't play because you couldn't get in a race, because every lobby that you entered would just freeze or die, or 2 people would be in it. So yeah, we didn't really get that full week of dynamic weathering, did we, at Le Mans in Group 2? I'm with you, Callum, man. There's no excuse to why they couldn't make... Daily races are easy to create. Anyone who says it takes effort, it's just talking out their arsehole, to be honest. It doesn't take effort to create a daily race. It's easy. If you know Gran Turismo, you know what works. You know, I would expect the developers, if they've made this game, they'll understand what tyre wear, fuel, what stuff like that should work in a combo. You know, they've been doing them since GT Sport. It's like 6-7 years of daily races now, so they know what they're doing. They can do it for GT World Series really easily. They do some pretty good combos, so I'm pretty sure they could put the effort in and do it on GTs on dailies. But I just get the feeling they go for the easy option. I think they go for the easier option. They go for the tried and tested a lot of time. Like this, they know that people are going to race it because it's Grand Valley, Group 3. It's got a compulsory pit stop in there. It's going to be good racing. It is going to be good racing. I'm going to be doing this week a lot because I do like the track. It's fairly enjoyable to drive. It gives pretty decent racing. So I know that this is going to be a solid week for racing. But would I rather do a track like Tokyo or St. Croix? Even though my pace sucks at St. Croix, I'm not very good there. I'd rather do St. Croix because we haven't had it. I'd like more variety. It is a bit. It is kind of lazy. Like it is. Like any. But I'm always saying about the dailies could be better. I think I bring it up probably. I try and be as honest as I can about the dailies because I don't want to sugarcoat shit. Basically, I want to be honest and I want PD to improve. But the problem is not everyone's doing the same thing in the Gran Turismo community. Some people are going for they're trying to be more positive because they know that positivity comes across better on YouTube. But I don't think what I'm being now is negative. I think I'm being honest. I think this will be a good race. I think plenty of fun to be had on this. I just think we could do better, though. I think that there's a lot better that could be done with daily races. I'd like to see PD mix it up a bit as well. I'd like them to try some new stuff. I'd like them to have an experiment for a couple of weeks with an extra daily race. Just try it out. Or even do some sort of alternative rotating system. where daily A changes daily, daily B every 3 days, daily C every 5 days. Try some different stuff. Try and just add a bit of life into it. Just experiment. See what happens. You know, I can't believe people would stop playing Gran Turismo if they just experimented with dailies a bit and tried a bit of, like, you know, alternative stuff. I think it'd work. P.O., you legend. Did you... I replied to you on X, P.O. Appreciate your support, legend. Spam the legend vote there for P.O. He prefers to finish P8 than P3 in the championship. Appreciate it, P.O. Struggling to get below 150. We do have a track guide here, Pat Nation, I think. I'm pretty sure I've got a guide for this track already on the channel. Might be in the Supra, so that might be able to help you out. I don't know if a mod could see if they can link it into the stream now. They might be able to link it in if they can find it. It'll be under the Group 3 track guide playlists in my playlist. But I do have a guide here that might give you some brake markers. I mean, I can give you a rough idea now. Let me just get in the McLaren. I'll give you a little track guide. Let me see if I can. Where's my Hang on. I've just been in. Oh, I know why. It's not, I haven't got it sorted by last use. That's why it's not there. Right. I'll give you a very rough track guide, chat, to the track. We'll do a lap and just give you a little rough idea of where you're braking and stuff like that. I won't push. I'll just drive like fairly slow so I don't bin it. I like it in Group 3, to be fair, this track. I do think Group 4 is okay here as well. But I don't mind it in Group 4, like 3 or 4. I prefer driving Group 3, I've got to be honest with you. I think the problem with this track is if it was Group 4, we know what would happen. Well, we all know what would happen, wouldn't we? All the Mazda would probably be the car here, I reckon. I don't think the Ford GT without. Well, it depends. What setups are allowed, by the way, James? Oh, the old Ford GT. I know. All right, I see what you're saying there, James. Yeah, it was with the old Ford GT. I might have to redo one then with her. Maybe I need to redo it with a different car. Although that Ford GT will still give you fairly realistic braking markers. Nothing changes with brake markers, will it? I think the brake markers will be identical on it. Like, I don't think anything will change with regards to where you're braking. Maybe a little bit later in the McLaren, but in the Supra it'll be identical. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I remember when the 18 was OP. I don't know. I might have done another one. I've no idea. It's possible, James. I don't know. But yeah, do you know if what set does it say suspension settings, by the way, for this race, James? James is the one who knows. James, let us know if it says suspension settings for this race or not. I haven't looked, so I don't know. Right, so we'll give you a little rough idea. So straight away, I'll tell you now where we're going to be looking for Turn 1. Turn 1, I'm going to be looking for the 300 board on the left-hand side because the 300 board is a really good reference for Turn 1. It's pretty much optimal for your braking point. So what you're going to do is you're going to get the left-hand side. Basically, as soon as you're on that left, you're literally going to skim the 300 board on the left here, and then you're going straight on the brakes. So onto the brakes. Keep it quite tight here, I do normally. And then just wait for the grip on the power nice and early. Just be careful you don't run into the railing on the left. Obviously, I'm not going to push 100% here, but this is completely flat out. You do not need to lift here. It's just smooth inputs. Try not to go over the gravel. And then 400 board on the left. Brake on the 400 board. Down to second gear. Just be very, very careful before you put the throttle on because too early, it'll spin out. Now, this is a tricky one here because you're going to go past the 100 board. And then just as you cross the yellow line, use that as a bit of a reference for downshifting. Up to third gear through here, flat out, and then down to second gear. I don't really use a brake reference for these corners. It's all just by visual reference of where the corner is. The next one with an actual reference, though, is this one here on the right. You use a 100 board on the right, brake just before the 100 board. Then what you want to do is get left-hand tight over the white line, really. I find that if you try and get the car in the middle there, it really works. And then through here, just let it coast and then wait for the grip before you put the power down. This into the tunnel, again, 100 board. Perfect reference. Brake pretty much on or just before the 100 board. So just before it. Again, tight line. Hold it narrow to the apex. Slowly feed the power in. Little lift off. Dab of the brakes. Over the curb. Again, over the curb, power out, all the way to the finishing line. T1, I like to hold quite a narrow line through it and then try and get the car rotated with the power. That's how I always try and do it. It's not a very fast lap, but it's just trying to show people the references while I'm driving. I don't know why I went into 6th there, but yeah. You can brake really late here and then like go a bit deeper and then cut back like that or let him go through. But you can do a little bit later on the brakes and then cut back and get a double apex like that. But I prefer to just brake a little bit earlier and then just hold a tight line and get on the power, because the camber of the corner will tend to drag the car through if you get it right. But yeah, completely flat through here. This is always flat through this section. You just want to skim the outside. Again, what you want to do here is get the car over to the left though. You want to be like on the brakes there, so then you're braking in a straight line. If you did what I did on that last lap where I was almost like turning while I brake, you're not going to slow the car down as quick. So you want it in a straight line when you brake. It'll give you better braking then. This corner, this is the trickiest section of the track for me. I like it though, so it's just all about letting the car coast and getting the left-hand tyre over the white line again, over the white line. This corner again, chucking it in, so your right-hand tyre goes onto the ground, the sand almost. And then second gear in the McLaren to power out. It's an enjoyable track. I enjoy this track. For me, it's an enjoyable drive. It's definitely fun because although it's not the same visuals as the old track, it definitely has a similar feel to, it's basically the same track, just redesigned, isn't it? So it has quite a good flow to it. The only thing I wish was a bit different was this section here. I kind of wish that this was a little bit wider. Do you remember on like GT5? So this section was a lot wider, wasn't it, on GT5? Like this chicane on GT5 was really wide. You could like take multiple lines through it. It's very narrow on this game, so I wish that was a bit wider. I would say my favourite fictional track has to be Sardegna. I think Sardegna, either reverse or normal, I really enjoy that track. Not on hard tyres though. But yeah, Sardegna I think is one of the best fictionals on this game, along with Blue Moon Bay Infield. Blue Moon Bay Infield, Sardegna and probably this track are probably my three favourite fictional tracks, I would say, for that, like the enjoyment of driving them. Tokyo as well is pretty good. Tokyo's a good fun track as well. St. Croix, it's a fun track, but I'm not very good there, but it is a fun track. St. Croix is one of them tracks that once you master it, it takes me a while to find pace at St. Croix because you have to really, like, the car, you've got to use the whole width of the track and the curbs and everything. Once you get used to doing that at St. Croix, your pace just keeps coming in faster and faster because you're taking wider lines, you're pushing the limits more, you're getting better apex speed, you're getting earlier on the throttle. And I do like that learning process of St. Croix. It gets really enjoyable when you do that. See you later, James. Yeah, hopefully in the morning. I've got to ring the dentist up in the morning and see if I can get an appointment for me tooth. I'm hoping I can. So I might be live for a little morning stream. If I'm not, then you lot know why, because I'll be getting an emergency appointment just to see what they're going to say about my tooth. At the moment, I'm just putting that, like I say, Oragel and paracetamol and ibuprofen on, and it is holding the pain back a bit. So fingers crossed they can do something tomorrow, though. I'll have to see. But yeah, chat, we know what's going to go on in this race. It's a pretty simple one. McLaren, I'll probably start off with the McLaren from the back of the grid tomorrow. We'll not change tyres and we'll see how it goes with the McLaren. The McLaren should be good for overtaking as well, because in a slipstream with 5th gear, you will be able to overtake with the McLaren. That's one advantage of this track, because it's got a really strong 5th gear and it'll push on. It'll really push in that once you go into 5th and 6th gear. So you will be able to overtake the Supra as well. It'll be pretty decent. We'll have to see what time of day the settings are as well tomorrow. It could be morning. It could be an evening race. Who knows what PD are going to do with the settings. But you know what PD normally do. Afternoon, 3 p.m. start. It's normally the same every week, isn't it? So they don't give you happy gas in our... they don't give you... whenever they do anything with your teeth and that, they give you the that numbing injection. Just numbs your mouth. Basically what this gel is that I've put on it now. I'm hoping I can get in the dentist tomorrow. If not, if I have to book it for Tuesday, then if they can squeeze me in Tuesday, I can still stream tomorrow morning then anyway. So might be better if it is Tuesday, so I can just get my normal Monday stream in. I think it'll be Group 3 tempo. I can't believe it'll be Group 4 because we've had Group 4 last week. And look at the settings. I'm pretty sure they're very similar to... The tyre wear is the same as Fuji. The tyres and the compulsory pit stop is going to be the same as Fuji. The only thing that's different to Fuji is the fuel consumption. But they might have done that to help with tyre wear a little bit, possibly. Make your tyres last a bit longer. But what that's going to do is probably help not change tyres. So I just don't think you'll be changing tyres on this. I think it'll be a fairly simple pit in, don't change tyres, get out, race to the finish. Probably going to be the way to do it. But yeah, the only other car that is possible for this week, chat, because we've never had it, is Group 2 or Group 1. But I can't see Group 1 being used because I just don't think they'd use Group 1 here. PD aren't adventurous enough, and also it'd be a shit week if they did because you wouldn't be able to overtake. Group 2 would be a dirty air fest. You might be able to get into the slip on the straight, but I doubt you'd get anywhere near with the corners before that. You'd lose so much in the dirty air that, yeah, it'd be a very hard week to overtake in Group 2 here. But I think it would be Group 3. If I had to put money on it, it'd be Group 3. I don't think it would be Group 4. If it's Group 4, then it's unusual to do 2 weeks in a row in Group 4. Very unusual to do that. They very rarely do that. But yeah, Group 3 is what I'm predicting. And yeah, we know the cars. Supra, McLaren. Porsche should be alright. RCZ's going to be good. RCZ won't be as good on tyres, but it will be able to do the no tyre change, I think. Especially with a bit of brake bias change. Because it's the rears that go, isn't it? So yeah, you just mess around with the brake bias a bit. There's no soft tyres. There's no soft tyres, Alex. It's only medium tyres on this one. There's no soft tyres for the race tomorrow. We already know the settings, chat. We've got the settings now. It's ×6 tyre wear, ×3 fuel, medium tyres only. There is no soft tyres available for this race, so you won't be using softs. Whatever the race is in, it's mediums only. SLS. SLS will be alright, I would think. It'll probably feel alright here because of the top speed and the acceleration. So yeah, it might lose a little bit in the middle though. Nah, it won't be Super Formula. We've just had that. You gotta look at what PD like. PD would never use Super Formula twice within a month. It's not going to happen. So it's definitely not Super Formula. That's 100%. They just wouldn't use it twice in a month. We just had Super Formula about 3-4 weeks ago, didn't we, at Suzuka or whatever it was. So yeah, it won't be that. Plus, if it was Super Formula, it'd be a grid start. This is a rolling start. So as soon as we know it's a rolling start, it's not Super Formula. That's 100%. But yeah, Group 3. I'm pretty confident it's Group 3. PD are not original enough to do nothing different, chat. PD are very predictable, so the predictable way to think of it is Group 3 because that's what they always use. It's just PD. You can normally read PD because we've only ever been wrong once, I think, and that was at Deep Forest when we thought it might be Group 2, but they went with the predictable and did Group 3. So yeah, we've only ever got it wrong once, and that was the Deep Forest one when we said it'd be possibly Group 2 because we thought it was a repeat combo, but it ended up being Group 3. Daily Race B's at Monza as well on hard tyres. That's why I think that's Group 4. So Monza hard tyres, Group 4. Get your Mazda ready. It's going to be a Mazda race because Mazda's really good on acceleration. That or Ferrari, McLaren, or Veyron maybe. Veyron might be alright on Monza. I think you need a bit more acceleration, though. It would be interesting to see. You're right, Arkies. How are you, mate? We're finishing in a bit. Anyway, I've got so much tidying to do, and I've got shitloads of stuff to do, chat. So, I think we know everything that we need to know for this race now, don't we? There's nothing to learn from this one. So, yeah, I think we'll just see if I can ring the dentist up in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, ring them up, see if I can get an appointment. If I can't, then I'll have my stream ready. I'll get it set up, but I won't activate it as scheduled, just in case. So, just so you all know, if you don't see me going like live, it's probably because I'm getting my tooth sorted or going to get an appointment just to see what they say about what it is that's causing me my pain. But yeah, if I'm live, if I do go live, it'll be before 9:30 hopefully, and then we'll do a little morning stream and then we'll do a little evening stream. We'll separate it tomorrow. We'll have 2 separate ones. Kids are at school. Mrs. isn't off work, so I have to pick them up. So it'll be 2 different streams. But anyway, that will do us tonight. Appreciate you all coming in. Thank you to everyone that's hit the like button. We're on 168 likes. Thank you for getting over 150 chat in under 2 hours, you legends. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully in the morning. Fingers crossed, we'll be able to do a morning stream and jump on this race and have a couple of races. Don't know whether I'll do much Monza. I mean, we might do one. I don't know. We'll see. Monza Group 4. It'll probably be a Mazda Fest, so I'll probably stick to this race, a bit more entertaining. So yeah, I'll see you all then. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for the super chats, the member milestones and all that legendary stuff. But yeah, have a great night, chat, and I'll fingers crossed to see you in the morning. If, like I say, if you don't see me go live, it's because I'm at the dentist, probably getting tortured by the dentist. So we'll be live in the evening no matter what, though. So there'll definitely be a stream tomorrow. But I obviously want to get my tooth actioned and started off to the repair as quick as possible. So might be there in the morning. But anyway, take it easy, chat. Have a great night. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Have fun whatever you're doing. I've got to go and do some hoovering and tidying. Because the house is shit. I've got to tidy all around here as well. So I've got to start doing that now. I'll see you all tomorrow, chat. Have a great night. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Take it easy. Bye, everyone.